Well, two Las Vegas teens accused of intentionally hitting and killing a bicyclist several weeks ago are expected back in court tomorrow. The story has sparked outrage. 18-year-old Jesus Ayala and 16-year-old Jameer Keys are facing murder charges as adults in this case. In the early morning hours of September 14th, this cell phone video shows the teens driving up behind 64-year-old Andy Probst before hitting him. Police say Probst was riding his bike in a designated bike lane. He later died at a hospital. He was a retired California police chief who was living in Las Vegas with family and friends honoring him with a memorial. Now, we're learning that same morning, police say the teens were involved in an alleged crime spree. Investigators say they stole 4 cars and hit another bicyclist. That person survived, but in both cases, the teens left in a stolen vehicle. All right, let's bring in criminal defense attorney now, Janet Johnson. Janet, great to speak with you again. So many people are outraged at this story. We are expecting the issue of bail to be on the table tomorrow in court. The DA wants to keep them in custody, but is there a scenario where we actually see them able to walk free, or at least, walk home, be out on bail?
Yeah. Hi, Nicole. I don't think so. I think if a bail is set, it will be tantamount to no bail. It would be in the millions of dollars. So I wouldn't expect them to get out. The two issues are whether they are flight risks and whether they're dangerous to the community. Prosecutors are arguing that they're both. And I think given this pattern that you just outlined, I think a judge is going to find they can't keep the community safe if they let them out on a reasonable bail. I think they'll hold them possibly on none.
All right. So Janet, there's this video evidence, the cell phone video that has so many people upset. There's reporting from our station in Las Vegas. It shows at least one of the teenagers really appearing to have little remorse, saying, I believe, that he'll be out in 30 days. What is their best line of defense at this point?
It's not really a defense. There's mitigation in their age. And I've represented thousands of juveniles. Obviously, these are 17, 18-year-old young men. One of them was 16 when this occurred. They've been direct filed to adult court because in Nevada, on murder charges, if you're 16 and up, you go directly to adult court. But they're not adults. Even the 18-year-old is really not a fully formed adult. I've used the brain science of people under 24, especially young men. The frontal lobe of their brain isn't fully developed. So the idea that if they do something, there will be consequences, it's not really fully developed in someone this age, which is why you can't get the death penalty if you're under 18. So I think what they're going to probably use is the science and psychology and mitigation and try to resolve for something possibly 20 years, which is really the minimum of what they could get if they're convicted. That would be the approach that I would use if I represented them.
And is it possible they could turn on each other, or maybe prosecutors will use that as one approach?
Yeah, Mr. Keys is apparently the passenger. Now, he is just as guilty if he's convicted as the person who was driving and who actually killed this man. But, obviously he isn't the person who drove. So even though it's a felony murder accomplice theory, if I were representing him, I would be pretty quick to go to the prosecutor and say, look, what my kid did is bad, but it's not nearly as bad as what Mr. Ayala did, and he's willing to testify against him.
My last question for you, under Nevada law, if they are convicted, you say, the death penalty is out. The most severe sentence these teens could face is 20 years to life in state prison. So many people are invested in this case. So many people are outraged. Is that justice?
Yeah, this is something the Supreme Court has just even recently ruled on. Yes, obviously, if it's your family member, you want the full weight of the law against them if they're convicted. But again, the brain science and the idea that at 18, you are as responsible and as fully formed as someone who's 40 years old or even 30 years old, that's just contrary to what we know as a society. And the idea that you could possibly be redeemable, if you're going to have that for anyone in our society, it's for children. And quite frankly, these are children. They were doing something adult in driving, and obviously something terrible happened. But I think, 20 years, if you're 18 years old, that's more than you've already lived. And you can develop some values, you can develop some skills in prison, and you might have a life after that. So as a defense attorney, of course, I always am inclined to think a second chance is warranted, given that this person is open to it. But at 18, I think as a society, we have to say that let's see if we can give them a second chance.
Yeah, and we will certainly see what happens here. All right, Janet Johnson, thank you as always.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.